Welcome to Trading Nation. I'm Sara Eisen. Let's take a look at the small caps, rallying 3% since the start of 2018, far outpacing the Dow and the S&P. And one of your next guests says it's about to get even better for the group. Wald is with Oppenheimer. Stacey Gilbert is with Susquehanna. Ari, you're out with a new note here on what could propel the small caps. Does the dollar have anything to do with it?
The dollar has everything to do with it. And let's talk about, let's start off by talking about that. The U.S. dollar index, DXY, we're seeing meaningful strength here. And by meaningful, I mean that the recent move higher has reversed the dollar's year-long decline. So we think the dollar does continue to stabilize, to move higher here with resistance at the 95 level for DXY, that we see some additional near-term upside. And I think the implications of that is that small caps should do well. This should be a tailwind for small caps. They have relatively lower multinational sales versus large caps. And you're seeing that reflected in the charts as well. Looking at the relative ratio between the Russell 2000 and the S&P 500, you're seeing small caps begin to outperform versus large caps in conjunction with that turn in the dollar, and we think that continues. We're especially bullish on small cap growth. We think growth in general should do well in this environment, given the flattening yield curve. You're seeing small cap growth already push out to new relative highs. So one ETF in particular we've been recommending is the iShares Russell 2000 Growth ETF. It's ticker IWO. Important just to mention that 50% of this ETF is small cap technology and healthcare, 25-25. That's what we like here, Sarah.
So got it. Small cap growth. Stacey, how does the group look to you?
Yeah, I would agree with Ari on all of these points. The dollar strength is certainly going to be a headwind for the S&P 500, for your large caps, where almost 50% of revenue is coming from outside of the U.S., unlike the small caps, where that number is nowhere close to that, significantly smaller. Tax reform, obviously, we know is a huge positive for small caps as well. A lot of reasons that small caps just fundamentally look more interesting. But just kind of from an options perspective here, what's interesting is when you look at the price of small cap options relative to large cap options, and I'm using SPY versus IWM in this example here, they're trading pretty close to the same price as a percent of their actual underlying price. That is incredibly rare to happen. So as much as I can argue that small cap definitely from a fundamental perspective is interesting, I really like using the options here because I think on a risk reward basis, you just have so much embedded volatility that you're getting that's low on a relative basis, and relative to the risk that's being priced into large cap, I think is very attractive on the small cap side.
All right, guys, thank you very much for joining us today on Small Caps. And thank you all for watching Trading Nation. I'm Sara Eisen. We'll see you next time.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.